Okay. So today basically we are going to see what is important. Chapter 1 to chapter 12 is specifically Suzanne Grant for economics. So basically here I have drawn a chart which is showing the important for the CIAs from these chapters. So students, the first thing, as you all know, we start with economic goods versus free goods, scarcity, and the basic economic problem. I'll go through it quickly. Just for example, economic goods, we should know that they involve an opportunity cost and they are produced with scarce resources. What are free goods? They don't involve any opportunity cost as such, and there is no problem of scarcity as well. Next thing which is important is opportunity cost. And opportunity cost, basically, specifically I have written over here, what can be the opportunity cost when a government, any government is taking any decision. For example, you have seen that most of the time they give analyze the opportunity cost involved in the building of an airport, for example, or anything like building, spending too much on agriculture, spending too much on education. What can be the opportunity cost? So that is very common. The fourth is the PPC, the production possibility curve. Remember that the exact definition, if you want to define PPC exactly, the first thing we should mention that PPC is a practical illustration of opportunity cost, and it will give you the maximum which you can produce with the available resources. It is also known as the production possibility frontier. And then there are certain things related to it. The most favorite one is basically how to show a production possibility curve for an unemployment. And that is basically the movement, not the shift. Okay? Increase in unemployment. Secondly, they can also ask for increase in employment, basically. Don't believe they can ask. Another thing is reallocation of resources. How do you specify scarcity, opportunity cost, and reallocation of resources when we are going to talk about the PPC? How do we represent it on a PPC? The analyzed questions for diagrams, 4 marks is for the exact accurate diagram fully labeled, and 2 marks is for the explanation. Okay, we will talk about these PPCs in detail. First, we will go through the list which we have made. Then we have the economic systems, the free market economy. It is also known as the price economy, where the private producers are taking the decisions. And the most important thing related to the free market economy is the price mechanism. What are the 3 functions? Allocating, signaling, and rationing. So, if the question comes how the resources are allocated in a free market economy, the first thing which we have to mention is the price mechanism and its 3 functions. Then, very common question is that why always a mixed economy? Why all the economies of the world are mixed economies? So here you are going to write down that there are certain benefits which the private sector will bring. For example, efficiency and freedom of choice for the consumers, quality of the goods are better. Then they will go for dynamic efficiency as well because they involve in research and development. Then we have to write down that the government's role is very important as well to control social costs, for example, pollution. To have an equal distribution of income, to collect taxes and redistribute in the form of transport payments. And then the government is also going to control the monopolies which are going to be, which can be produced in a free market economy. And role of the government, the next thing, in which the most important thing is the public goods. Public goods are non-excludable and non-rivals. Merit goods, which will be beneficial for the economy, but their benefits are not fully appreciated by the consumers. Then you know that the demerit goods which are harmful, and again the consumers who are using it or the producers who are producing it, they don't know the real disadvantages of that particular product, demerit goods. Free rider problem. It means that some of the public goods or the public goods will not be produced by the private sector because they cannot stop people consuming that product. So it's a free rider problem. And remember that the market economy or the private producers doing everything for profit maximization. Okay. Next is maximum and minimum price barriers. Basically, there is a chapter on disequilibrium. Basically, how the price is going to change, and once you move from equilibrium to disequilibrium, how again you are going to achieve equilibrium as well. So I have mixed it with the maximum and minimum price barrier, which is part of market failure, chapter 14. Okay, remember. So the thing is that if we suppose that the producers are producing at a price which is below the equilibrium point, producers are producing the product below the equilibrium point. For example, over here PE is the equilibrium, but they are producing below it. What will happen? Excess demand. Because there will be majority of the consumers will be really happy to buy these products because the prices are below their expectation maybe. Why the producers actually sell below the equilibrium point? Maybe they are not aware of the market conditions fully. Maybe they are expecting that the consumers may not buy their product, but they actually don't know what was the real equilibrium. So excess demand. Same thing can be seen that when the government would like to control the prices, badly needed in Pakistan, then they will create a price ceiling, maximum price barrier, and above which you cannot sell the product. Again, what it will create? Excess demand. If there is an excess demand, what will happen after some time? Again, the prices will go up. Prices are coming over here at this point because of the maximum price barrier. But because of the excess demand, the market will again move towards equilibrium. And the prices are going to go up, and again you will come up to this particular point. So it's a short-term solution, not a long-term solution if you put a maximum price barrier. In case of minimum price barrier, it means that the producers may be thinking that they are selling above the equilibrium point. PE was the equilibrium, but they are selling over here. They don't know the market conditions as such, or maybe they are anticipating that consumers will still buy it. It will create excess supply because increase in price will be a motivating factor for the suppliers. So there will be excess supply. One more reason, when the prices are high, more producers will be interested in producing the product. This equilibrium will be created. But again, the market will come to equilibrium. Why? Because now the demand will be comparatively less. So producers realize that they are not selling the product at that high price. So again, prices will come down, reaching the equilibrium. This is basically also considered as the minimum price barrier. If the government think that water is a scarce product, people are wasting it. Look at the electricity bill, gas bill, and now compare it with the water tax which the government is collecting. It's low. So it means that people may not be giving that much importance to the water consumption. So in order to conserve the water, which is the important resource, government can increase the price of that. And for example, even in the market, the mineral water which is being sold, if the government thinks the price is not that high, they will put a minimum price barrier, below which the consumer the producers cannot sell the product. And this will, up to some extent, make the consumers realize that it is something of real good worth, so consume it safely. Okay. The other things which are there is the price elasticity of demand and price elasticity of supply. Percentage change in demand over percentage change in price. Percentage change in supply over percentage change in price. But what is the main thing related to it? Examiners really like the factors of PET analyzed by some of the products are price elastic and why some of the products are price inelastic. What are the factors? Tell me one factor quickly. It is not the demand factors, it is the factors which will decide whether the products are price elastic or inelastic. Substitutes, necessity versus luxury. Substitutes available. Income, how much income is spent on that particular product? Can we delay the purchases? These are all the price elasticity of demand factors. And then price elasticity of supply factors. Can we alter this level of supply? Excellent. The storage capacity available or not?
Cost of
Technology is available or not? Availability of the factors of production. Advancement in technology is possible and can it alter the output and the nature of the product we are talking about, the nature of the industry in which we are calculating or dealing with the problem. Agriculture products are more price inelastic in supply. Agriculture industrial products are price elastic, can be elastic in supply. Okay. Then there will be a question on demand supply diagram. I always give one question. What is that? For example, the floods hit the economy of Pakistan in 2010. Draw a demand supply diagram to show the equilibrium conditions of the changes in cotton, for example, cotton crop. Because the cotton crop has been destroyed. Decrease in supply, right? Decrease in supply, which will increase the prices. So that is demand supply diagram. 6 marks, 4 for the diagram and 2 for the explanation. Then another very important thing on which the examiners are paying attention, quality and quantity of land, labor, capital and enterprise. How the quality and quantity of land, labor, capital and enterprise can change. So for example, if we are talking about the quality of labor, we say training and training schools available, and the quality of training as well to create skill development. Rewards for the factors of production. The reward for land is rent, very good. The reward for capital is interest. The reward for enterprise is profit. The reward for labor is wage. Very good. Okay. Now it is required that you define land, labor, capital and enterprise accurately. Because key terms and key words are really important in economics. You can't define it in a wrong way or in a vague manner. Land, natural resources. Capital, machinery and tools, man-made resources. Enterprise, risk-taking, loss-bearing, and they coordinate with the factors of production. And then we have what is left? Labor, physical and mental effort. Best definition. Okay. Now over here, tell me quickly, what is this PPC showing? It means that it is increase in employment, increase shifting. This is a movement from point A to B. We never know that we have achieved full employment or not. So I have made the points below this PPC. What is this diagram? Increase in unemployment. Excellent. Remember, no shifts, movement only. Okay. What is this? Excellent. Reallocation of resources from A to B. Okay. Now tell me, what is this? Excellent answer. Increase in the quality and quantity of the resources will create an outward shift. Economic growth, efficiency increasing, more skilled people coming in from abroad. All this will create, outward shift. Inward shift, decrease in the quality and quantity of resources. Recession, natural disaster, political instability, okay, and then people, skilled workers moving out, okay, done. So this is basically your quick rapid fire round of chart, the revision of chapter 1 till 12. Thank you.